How may I help you?
Hey, Michael, how you doing? This is Corey
Good.
Schilt.
How are you?
I'll be doing better as soon as I clarify some things. Bruce Westerman.
How can I help you?
Bruce Westerman is the sitting representative for my area of Mulberry, being Ozark, correct?
Yes. If you live in Ozark or in Mulberry, then yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure of that because I know how politicians like to beat around the bush on everything. Now, with that, I have to get a letter sent from his office to my home address because since the stimulus has started for the families with children, I have not received a dime in my account. Now, I'd say I've been pretty complacent as a citizen with not opening my mouth and bitching about anything up until this point of where we're working on 5 months later. So government gets to get raises, but I get to sit back and shut my face. It doesn't work that way. I'm not the one with no constitutional guarantee, or I am the one with constitutional guarantees, whereas opposed to government has no constitutional protections.
Well, sir, if you're having issues with some of the stimulus stuff on the child tax credit, then we are happy to reach out to the IRS and see if we can get clarity on what's going on.
Well, considering on that, I'll let you know ahead of time that Charles Rettig is who I was told is the director of the IRS, and considering that he's arrogant and ignorant enough to not reply to, let me think here, 10 emails sent to him.
Okay, yeah, I unfortunately don't know Mr. Reddy, the IRS.
Well, my point is he's been notified repeatedly. It's documented. Okay. So for any government official to pull down anything that's on a public site, that is a felony and a violation of law. You are familiar with that, correct? If you're not, you just got notified.
You got cut out for a second. What was your question?
Any public stuff that is put on any public site, whether it be for Bruce Westerman or Charles Rettig, as I have told you I have done, if it disappears, it's a felony. That is law. Just to clarify that fact. Now, to clarify the other fact, we already know I have a constitutionally protected guarantee to redress of grievance, which, as you understand, I'm doing now. Once again, this is Corey Schilt, under duress, UCC 1-308, without prejudice. Are you feeling me now?
Okay. Do you mind if I get some information from Mr. Schultz?
It depends on how much the government wants to overreach and invade my privacy. But you can go ahead and ask your question. I can respectfully answer or I can respectfully decline.
Okay. Well, why don't you go ahead and give me a good spelling of your name? Is it Corey, C-O-R-Y?
E-Y.
C-O-R-E-Y. Okay.
Yes.
And then your last name, is that, you mind spelling that for me?
It's S-Child T. S-C-H-I-L-D-T. And that will bring me to the second complaint I have for his office.
Okay.
And that is that I delivered a FOIA to a Crawford County Quorum Chief Justice, another elected official, who didn't like the fact that I recorded him doing it. Then, right before the pandemic, on March 5th of 2019, I think it was, because it's been going on for almost 2 years now. Your Arkansas Supreme Court already has numerous recordings on my channel page, 7 Freedom Audits, of the violations against my family and myself, and where the representatives and the law enforcement officials, including the former governor asshole, who's leaving, thank God, refused to do their jobs. That's called denial of service, suppression of rights, and official misconduct. Now, I already put a quote on Bruce Westerman's page informing him of some of the stuff of what I'm saying to you right now, which if he goes on there, he'll see my name, Corey Schilt, the Arkansas flag with y'all's constitutional deal behind it, since you pretty much follow the Constitution with your legislation the same as it is federally, and God bless you for that, because a lot of corrupt individuals in government, they seem to think that they can keep skating on everything they do. Well, you just pissed off the wrong citizen, and that would be me. I don't make threats, but I do keep legal promises. So with that, I informed him I want his sworn oath of office so I can accept it. He can either send that to me, or he can give me the runaround and take me through the Arkansas Library of Congress and be a douche about it, and I will be a bigger dick.
Okay, well, I will let him know that you made a comment there on Facebook trying to get some information. Would you remind me exactly what you were looking for?
I want to know who's in charge of the judicial area of laws, because I already know the judicial doctrine. It's a joke, it's a farce, because it was never ratified in the history of our country. So for judges to think that they can go and make their own rules up and play according to how they want to play against citizens, once again, you pissed off the wrong American. So legally, we're going to get this resolved, because I'm not asking in court, I'm demanding a response. Now, who sits on the Judiciary House Committee for judges in the state of Arkansas? If you could please answer that.
For the state level, I don't know. We're the federal office, so we wouldn't have any.
If you could do your due diligence and research that for me, and either email it to me at shilcorey@gmail.com, because as you well know, in the state of Arkansas, I don't have to write you a FOIA. The fact that I'm disseminating it to you orally through the phone, that's your responsibility. It's not mine.
Okay, well, I will have to look into that, Mr. Schultz.
Well, you can go, because after this conversation, I'm going to post this conversation, and you will not have to have any doubts of what I said, because you'll be able to go back, listen to it again, and you'll know what I asked and what I said. Now, you can keep saying, I don't know, and they put you in the place of, how do you say, red taping and circumventing by passing the buck. The buck stops here.
Okay, well, how can I help you today, sir?
I need to know how to address getting the judge arrested who filed a false police report against me, used public officials under his purview because his budget pays their salary. You really think that affidavit of fact that I'm going to acknowledge?
If you think that there's been a crime, I would recommend you contact your local police department or the sheriff's
Did that,
office.
all of them. So here we go again, once again. Y'all recommend everything, but unfortunately, taxation without representation puts me in a hell of a good place.
Okay. Well, I unfortunately would have to recommend you to the police if you think there's been a crime. That's their diligence to investigate that.
Yeah, it's their diligence, but it's not their actions.
You're always more than welcome to file a formal complaint with the Arkansas State Police if you feel that they haven't done their job.
Well, they also had me arrested for harassment when I went to do that. That's also posted.
Okay.
Your full name, sir?
I'm Michael Morrison here in the Ozark office.
Okay, Michael. Thank you for being respectful with that, because apparently people in government think that when a citizen asks them their name, they have the right to gain an attitude and toss back ignorance. Well, how's that phrase go? When you give ignorance, you're gonna get it. You didn't do that. God bless you. That's professional. That's what we as citizens pay for.
Okay. Well, Mr. Schultz, would you mind providing me your address there in Mulberry?
10106 Old Graphic Road, 72947.
There in Mulberry, okay. And then your phone number, 479 area code?
4118. And I've had talks with, I guess you would be considered a constituent advisor council, being that Bruce thinks that he's too busy to do anything. He's having a public telephone deal tonight on Facebook. Can you tell me exactly how to get to that so that I can give him my call? Because I'd like for him for once to be a man, stand up and talk to my face. He don't literally have to do it, but he'd be smart.
Yeah, like I said, we are having a telephone town hall tonight. Let me see if I can get you that number that you can dial in on.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That you should be able to.
Sorry, Michael. The nice thing about being poor is a federal civil rights lawsuit isn't going to cost me a dime, but it's going to cost your state a hell of a lot of money. And I'll enjoy that. Thank you. Give you that thank you ahead of time.
Okay. Well, you should be able to go to our website if you're in front of a computer, and then there, under the contact section, there's a sign up for a telephone town hall. You'll put in your information, and then we will call you tonight right before it goes on, so you'll be able to participate if you would like.
Okay, well, I will do that. And what time is that starting? Is that 6 or 7?
I believe it is 6 our time.
Okay, 6 p.m. And I will take care of that right away here because, yeah, he's going to hear my voice. And I'd rather we resolve this before it goes to court because Dennis Gilstrap and the rest of Crawford County and the Arkansas State Police, I've already called Mayor Gillis over in Fort Smith to inform him that he can either sit down and have a meeting with me and go over this discussion of the ignorance of law enforcement here, because Fred Weatherspoon, when Governor Asa Hutchinson put him in his place, he literally told me to my face after a deputy sheriff, Emily Thomas, kidnapped me against my will that he wasn't going to investigate. I'm a bastard, dude. I'm rubbed the wrong way. I am a fucking bastard.
Okay, well, I will pass your comments along to the congressman.
Thank you. You have a blessed day, and hopefully he has some balls. Appreciate it.
Okay, bye-bye now.